busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Vikings and the Rams under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've got all W's on the ledger so far.
Going this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The LA offense going to go to work for the first time, and it is the veteran Matthew Stafford at the helm in his 16th NFL season and 4th with the Rams.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Right to the air. Here's Stafford. And that one complete downfield to Cup. He's to the 15. Touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent, too. They just saw a big strike again. And you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it. But otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense. Get things going and see how things settle in.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. For the Vikings, it's 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. On play action, Cousins. Complete, Jefferson the target. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Jones is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
That's a great response here in this first quarter. And what I like about it is how they put this drive together. The other guy scored quickly to start the game, but this was smart football to not feel like you have to go out and score quickly yourself. So they worked the ball down the field, took their time, and finished with the touchdown run.
Now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time a 6-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Rams offense had Cooper Kupp making their way back out. He had the touchdown grab on their opening drive, adding to his impressive season total as you check out the NFL leaders in touchdown receptions.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play. True, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford. And his pass incomplete.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins hands to Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Again, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
To throw, Cousins. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson from 13 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
But you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
That is caught. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Cousins with a give to Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. Options galore here, second and a few inches. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. They go play action. Cousins rolling to his left.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Back to throws. It's caught. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw is Stafford.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Again, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. They run. It's Williams. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Turnover on down.
Throwing is Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Throwing, Cousins. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
He lets one go deep for Addison.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's in the first half. This might be their opportunity.
Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Now it's Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Stafford now to throw. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So, barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. That's down the field for Jefferson.
It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. In the early window, lots of good matchups to choose from. We'll highlight the game in Detroit. A big one for the Lions, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Carolina Panthers. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good blue-collar matchup. Giants and Steelers from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. In that first half, it was the veteran Aaron Jones who had it going. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Vikings offense, and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. And he's putting together some kind of campaign. Currently second in the NFL in touchdown receptions among wideouts. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with the 1st and 10. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up.
After a pickup of only a yard. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Williams. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Cousins now. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So able to force the fumble, but then they really couldn't move the football, Charles, and they get 3 points out of it.
And they made sure they got something out of that takeaway, didn't they? Because even if they couldn't put it in the end zone, they were not going to turn the ball back to them without putting something on the scoreboard.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Here's Stafford. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure, they got him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here we go on 4th. Stafford.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through 1 tackle. Gosh, he winds up getting 8 there.
Two yards to go, 2nd down.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
80 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll get him. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Aaron Jones
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then 1 play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. L.A. readies for its next possession. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
Here we go.
That's good. The completion there for...
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Stafford. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Stafford. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Stafford. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Vikings first down.
Up the middle, Jones. To about the 48-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Minnesota, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week.
Meanwhile, for L.A., they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.